Brock Lesnar destroys Oba Femi. Brock Lesnar returns on Raw. Oba Femi meets the Beast. Brock Lesnar is back. Brock vs. Oba just began. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. What if the biggest return in WWE history wasn't just about revenge, but domination? And what if the moment Brock Lesnar came back, he didn't target Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, or Cody Rhodes, he targeted the one-man WWE has been building like an unstoppable monster? Yeah. Oba Femi. Because what happened on Raw didn't feel like a normal return. It felt like a warning shot to the entire company. And trust me, the details people missed make this whole thing even crazier. So Raw starts like any other chaotic Monday night. Fans are loud, signs everywhere, commentary acting like every backstage conversation is life or death, classic WWE energy. But there was this weird feeling in the air all night. You know when something feels off but nobody can explain it yet? That kind of vibe. Even the crowd sounded restless. Like they were waiting for somebody. Then out comes Oba Femi. And listen, whether you love him or hate him, you cannot deny the aura this guy has right now. WWE has been presenting him like a human tank. The man walks like he owes gravity money. Every week he looks more dangerous. Every promo feels colder. And the scary part? He actually backs it up in the ring. The dude has been steamrolling everybody. Commentary keeps calling him the future. Fans online keep arguing about whether he's already too protected. Some people are saying he's the next Batista. Others think he's closer to a young Brock Lesnar himself. Which, honestly, might have been the biggest clue of all. Because WWE loves symbolism. Oba grabs the mic and starts talking about dominance. About fear. About how there's nobody left on Raw who can stop him. And to be fair, he kinda had a point. The roster has looked terrified of this guy lately. Half the locker room sees him coming and suddenly remembers they have back injuries. Funny how that works. Then Oba says something interesting. He says this generation is soft. Not weak. Not untalented. Soft. And the second he said that, the crowd reacted weirdly. Like thousands of people all had the same thought at the exact same time. Wait a minute. That sounds familiar. Because if there's one person in WWE history who built an entire career around exposing weakness and humiliating people physically, it's Brock Lesnar. But nobody expected what happened next. At first, it was subtle. The lights dimmed for literally half a second. Commentary stopped talking. The crowd noise changed. Not louder, sharper. And then, that music hit. The arena exploded. Not cheered. Exploded. You could actually see people jumping out of their seats before the camera even cut to the stage. One guy in the front row nearly dropped his drink all over himself. Honestly relatable because I probably would have done worse. If Brock Lesnar's music hits unexpectedly, survival instincts disappear immediately. And there he was. Brock. Freaking Lesnar. No smile. No fireworks pose. No cowboy dancing. Just pure violence walking to the ring. The scary thing about Brock's returns is that WWE never needs to overcomplicate them. He doesn't need 20-minute promos. He doesn't need emotional speeches. The man just shows up looking like he escaped from a military experiment and suddenly the entire roster feels unsafe. Even Oba Femi looked stunned. Not scared exactly. But surprised. Like he finally realized there's a difference between being dominant and standing across from a living nightmare. And can we talk about the atmosphere for a second? Because this didn't feel nostalgic. That's important. Sometimes legends come back and it feels like a fun memory lap. This felt current. Dangerous. Real. Brock entered that ring slowly. No rush. No panic. just staring directly at Oba the whole time. That stare alone told the story. It was almost like Brock was offended by Oba's confidence. Like, oh, you think you're the alpha now? And honestly? That's where this gets fascinating. Because WWE accidentally created the perfect collision here. Oba Femi represents the future monster of WWE. Brock Lesnar represents the original final boss. One destroys because he wants to prove himself. The other destroys because destruction is literally his hobby. There's levels to this. The crowd starts chanting Holy S before anyone even touches. Commentary completely loses composure. One announcer actually sounded scared. And then Brock finally picks up a mic. Which almost never happens unless something serious is about to go down. And Brock says only a few words. You're big. I like that. That's it. That was enough. Because if Brock Lesnar says he likes you, there's about a 92% chance your spine is about to enter another dimension. Oba steps forward immediately though. No backing down. Respect to him for that. He tells Brock this isn't his WWE anymore. Says the locker room belongs to a new generation now. Says legends come back because they can't accept being forgotten. Oof. You could hear the crowd react to that one. And honestly? Low-key brutal. But Brock just laughs. Not a happy laugh either. One of those dangerous laughs where you realize somebody's about to commit crimes on live television. Then Oba shoves him. Brother. Why would you do that? That's like poking a bear, except the bear also suplexes tractors for cardio. And the second that shove happened. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Brock exploded. Not attacked. Exploded. He grabbed Oba instantly and launched him across the ring with a German suplex so violent the crowd screamed before Oba even landed. The ring shook. Commentary lost their minds. Fans were standing everywhere. And Brock wasn't done. Another German. Then another. Then another. At one point Oba actually tried fighting back, and for about 3 seconds you could see the power difference balancing out. That's what made this segment genius. WWE didn't make Oba look weak immediately. They made him look dangerous enough to anger Brock. Huge difference. Oba threw a massive elbow that staggered Lesnar for a second. The crowd popped huge for it too. Because suddenly people thought maybe, just maybe, Oba could survive this. Nope. Brock hit him with an F5 so devastating it looked like Oba bounced off reality itself. And then came the scary part. Brock didn't leave. Usually after destroying somebody, Brock walks away looking satisfied. But this time he stayed standing over Oba. Breathing heavy. Looking almost irritated. Like the attack wasn't enough. And that little detail? That's what people need to pay attention to. Because this wasn't just a return. This looked personal. Almost territorial. Like Brock came back specifically because he heard people comparing Oba Femi to him. Think about it. 4 months fans online have been saying Oba is the next evolution of Brock Lesnar. WWE commentators hinted at it too. Analysts talked about his freak athleticism, his intimidation factor, his monster presentation. Maybe Brock heard all of it. And maybe Brock took that personally. Honestly, if anybody on Earth